Okay, good morning. Good morning. I want to begin today by briefly commenting on the recent events in Memphis that have become a major national news story over the last several days. And as many of you will know, a video was released on Friday afternoon of the beating suffered by Tyre Nichols at the hands of 5 police officers following an apparently routine traffic stop, a beating so severe he died from his injuries 3 days later. The footage in the video is horrifying. All 5 officers have been charged with murder. Their actions have been condemned by the president, by the governor of Tennessee, by local and national civil rights groups, and by citizens and public officials of all backgrounds from across the state. And yet, while we can therefore hope that some measure of justice will be achieved in this case, it can also feel like only a partial response to the question of how what the Memphis police chief described as a failing of basic humanity was able to happen in what can seem like a depressingly familiar fashion. Tyre Nichols' killing is thus both an individual tragedy and yet also speaks to a series of major political, cultural, and social issues we are dealing with as a society. So it's not my role or the role of anyone else here to tell you what to think about how those issues are best addressed, but I do want to encourage you all to think about, talk about, or reflect on these broader topics in the days and weeks ahead. It is likely that some student groups will be holding some open conversation sessions on campus in the next few days for those of you interested in joining them, and details will be shared by email and in the daily announcements. And lastly, I also want to ask you all to hold Tyre Nichols' family in your hearts this week, especially his parents and his 4-year-old son. It is hard to imagine anything more traumatic than watching the death of your child unfold in this way. A death that is self-evidently brutal and needless while knowing there is nothing you can do to stop it and that it is playing out with the glare of the world's media upon you. I believe his parents have shown extraordinary grace and dignity in what must be excruciating circumstances. And I would say let us both be humbled and inspired by their resoluteness and draw strength from it should we ever be facing grief or trauma of our own. And let us also all hope they can ultimately overcome the pain they are going through and that the loss they have suffered will not be in vain. I would say also in that spirit it is perhaps especially apt that we'll shortly be hearing from Alex Waddey, who will be talking to us about a project he has worked on in response to grief and personal loss he suffered in his own life. Before he speaks, a few announcements to take care of ahead of that. First, Ms. Williams passed on a note she received about the last Saturday dinner that several boys and faculty helped prepare this weekend, and it's from the General Counsel of the Urban Housing Solutions. The dinner was an unqualified hit. The volunteer servers did a great job, and I do not believe the residents have ever enjoyed the food more. The chicken was eaten down to the bone, the twice-baked potatoes had requests for seconds, the fact we tossed the salad with dressing before serving was a great idea, it was as good a dinner as we've ever had, and your cooking was at the center of it. Deepest thanks to you and to everyone who participated. So thank you to all the boys and faculty who took part in that. Next, a reminder, we have the next stage of the course registration process this week. You should have received the forms, printouts of the forms from what you signed up for. Please check that those are correct, make any adjustments you need to make, and please return them to your advisors by Thursday. A reminder also that there is a late start this Wednesday, February 1st. Advisories will be at 9:50 this Wednesday. That's to allow for the signing day ceremony for the seniors that will be taking place that morning. I do also have some class meeting announcements. 7th grade, you will have a class meeting on Tuesday at break in Massey. The 8th grade, you will have a class meeting on Thursday at break in Massey. The 9th grade, as a special treat, you will have 2 class meetings this week as part of the freshman speech contest. Thank you. You're welcome. First of all, tomorrow at break in Pfeffer as a grade, and then on Thursday at break with your speech advisors. The 10th grade, you have no meetings at break this week, but you do have the special treat of a meeting at 8:30 on Wednesday for a driver safety program here in Curry Hall. 11th grade, you have no meeting. 12th grade, you have no meeting. So I sense about a 33% approval rating for that announcement. Okay, our speaker this morning is Alex Waddey from the class of 1991. He's going to talk to us about his work raising money for awareness and treatment of colon cancer, including an event that is coming up in a few weeks' time. So please join me in welcoming him to the podium.
Good morning. Thanks, Tim, and thank you to all of you for allowing me to speak with you today. As Tim said, my name's Alex Waddey, and I graduated from here in 1991, and I'm here to talk to you about colon cancer awareness. Now, I'm sure some of you don't know anything about colon cancer, and others may think, you know, this is something that maybe my parents, you know, maybe they should be worried about, but I'm here to tell you differently. Colon cancer awareness became a passion of mine in 2017 when my wife was diagnosed with stage 4 colon cancer at the age of 42. We had 3 kids. My daughter Hudson was 9 at the time, Briggs was 7, and Rex was 5. She fought hard but ultimately passed away in December of 2019. We found out the hard way that colon cancer was not an old man's disease. In fact, it's on the rise for people aged 25 to 50. So I want you to think about that. Seniors, you know, that's 6 or 7 years for you guys, right? Freshmen, that's what, maybe 10 years? So it's not that far away, right? It's not 60 or 80, it's not, you know, it's not an old man's disease anymore. So I know how this works, right? I've sat in your seat before. And when guys get up here and speak, ladies, gentlemen, whatever, and the topic goes on, you say, kind of say to yourself, you know, that's awful. I feel bad for them. But that'll never happen to me. I mean, you're sitting there, you kind of have this feeling of invincibility, right? That's at least how I felt. But that's not the case. So I want you guys, look down your row, right? Look at the row either in front of you or behind you. Chances are one of you will develop colon cancer. That's right, 1 in 24 develop colon cancer. You see, it's the second deadliest cancer out there. And by 2030, it's projected to be the leading cause of cancer-related deaths among adults aged 20 to 49. Now, that's a little different statistic, right? Initially, I said it's on the rise from 25 to 50, and now I said in just 7 years, the leading cause of cancer deaths from 20 to 49. I mean, that's a couple years away for you seniors. You know, that's 6 or 7, you guys 7th and 8th graders. That's 7, 8 years away for you guys. So I don't say all this to scare you, but I want it to get your attention. Right? I want you to be aware, because while it's the second deadliest cancer, it's also the most preventable. So the important thing here is to understand the signs and symptoms, okay? Now, this stuff isn't easy to talk about, right? It's, you know, unexplained weight loss, fatigue, you know, change in your bathroom habits, you know, blood in your stool. Like, that's something you guys aren't, you know, sitting around the lunch table talking about. So, again, I've sat in your seat before, and so I know how this takes place, right? You leave here, and it kind of becomes a joke in some sense, right? You start asking each other, hey, did you go to the bathroom today? How was that, right? You may use a little different few comments that I can't say up here in front of you today, but I get it, and that's okay with me, because at least you're talking about it. Right? And so then in 6 or 7 years, when one of you guys you just look down the row at, or look behind the, you know, in the row behind you at, when they develop colon cancer or they have some issues, you're going to know to take it seriously, right? Go get checked out. Say something to your parents. Say something to your doctor. So before my wife passed away, she made it her mission to spread awareness about colon cancer. March is Colon Cancer Awareness Month, and she started a race called Get Your Rear in Gear. That race ended up being the largest inaugural race in the country for Colon Cancer Coalition, our partner, in terms of both participation and money raised. And a number of MBA students participated as volunteers. This year, my kids and I have decided it's time to revitalize the race. The race will be held on March 4th at the Richland Creek Greenway, which is just off White Bridge Road, just past the Target. And we would welcome your participation, whether as volunteers or simply by spreading awareness. You see, while we hope to exceed the previous race numbers, the important thing is that we raise awareness. So talk to your parents. When you go home tonight, talk to your parents. Ask them, have you gotten a colonoscopy? Right? Talk to your siblings. Talk to your friends. Right? Just make sure that they're aware of the signs and symptoms. Make sure you're getting the proper screening. Right? Because I don't want you to walk away and have something like that happened to me happen to you guys. Now, I understand I've had to do a little persuasion technique here with Annie B, but you guys will be permitted to receive service hours if you volunteer for the race. So, again, love to have you participate in any way you can, and thank you for your time today.
So thank you, Alex, for being here this morning, for sharing some of your personal story and also raising an important issue for us all to consider. I hope many of you will consider volunteering and taking part in the event on March 4th. We have a couple more announcements coming up now. First, Dr. Leck is going to come and talk about a new program for the Wilson summer classes that's coming up, and then Ms. Holyfield is going to come up and speak to the scholastic art recognitions that many of our students have achieved.
Good morning. I'm here today to let you know about two opportunities taking place on campus this summer. The first is the inaugural edition of the MBA Accelerated STEM program. This is a series of classes that will be taught by MBA faculty as well as outside experts who are currently working in science, coding, math, and engineering-related fields. One of these classes is an opportunity to earn the first ever MBA STEM certification. That one will take place over the first 3 weeks of June, and it will involve the study of both modern and ancient solar astronomy, the building of a small robot that's capable of roving around campus and performing independent, autonomous scientific analysis, and all of the math that underlines all of those disciplines. So this is an excellent choice if you are considering a science major in college, and an even better idea to get something like this on your college transcripts to help you get into that college in the first place. These classes will be offered to those who are current freshmen, sophomores, and juniors. 4 other classes will be offered to the same group of students, but they are single offerings, and these classes will each last 1 week. They're really cool classes that involve number theory, mathematical proving, how to program a Raspberry Pi with Linux, and learning how artificial intelligence operators like ChatGPT work so well. I'll be sending you the information on these STEM classes sometime soon in February. Lastly, I want to talk about the Wilson Summer classes. These classes are once again offered to all of you guys in this room today. And this is the 9th year of this program. We have many new additions, including a class on Colombian cooking and how to control a paper airplane using your phone, which is pretty interesting. All the favorites that people in this room have been engaging for years and years are also included, like Ms. Zhang's dumpling class, game theory classes, miniature painting, and all the other ones. Each and every one of these classes I mentioned today are 100% free, and that is due to the continued and enduring generosity of the Wilson family. Several hundred of you that I'm looking around right now have taken these classes in the past, and I encourage you to continue to do so. Thank you very much.
Good morning. Ms. Flanagan, Mr. Majors, Ms. Swyka, and I would like to congratulate the 44 students who were recognized in the 2023 Scholastics Art Competition. Overall, MBA received 55 awards in this nationally recognized program. You will be able to see the regional gold winners in an exhibition that opens at Cheekwood this weekend on Saturday. Jackson Priestler received a gold key for his reduction print, Cleaning Up. And Brash Cook received a gold key for his colored pencil self-portrait, Deep Thoughts. The following students received Silver Key Awards: Drew Connolly for his oil pastel drawing, Brash Cook for his drawing in colored pencil, Justin Crossland for his photograph, Andrew Dovin for his drawing, Nico Ennedy for his linoleum block print, Wynn Humphrey for this blind contour drawing, Eli Kirkland for this hand-cut stencil spray-painted bird, Gus Kirkland for this oil on canvas painting, Clay Lamb for the scratchboard, Max Laudenslager for his mixed media self-portrait, William Martin for his cardboard constructed mask, Noah Perry for this graphite drawing, Jackson Priestler for his portfolio, Observations in Printmaking, Owen Reese for his reduction print of the Cathedral, Thomas Vargason for his photograph, and Nathan Williams for his zinc etching and intaglio print. The following students received honorable mentions: Henry Ambrose for his ceramic teapot, Mac Bartholomew for his collage self-portrait, Tommy Bartholomew for this cardboard assemblage sculpture, Luke Beamer for his zinc etching, Dawson Bowling for his oil painting on found metal and his graphite drawing, Waiting Game, Rush Bunton for his linoleum block print, Liam Campbell for his hand-cut stencil spray painting, Ollie Chen for his collage abstraction and for his acrylic painting of Dawson, Jordan Diani for his oil on canvas self-portrait, Andrew Dovin for the abstracted collages and self-portrait pen drawing, Oscar Elam for his linoleum block print, Nico Ennedy for his collage composition, Gabe Fisher for his gouache painting, Max Fisher for his ceramic sculpture, Porter Frist for his gouache painting, Thomas Harwell for the zinc etching, Owen Henderson for his stippled pen drawing, Michael Kong for his oil on canvas self-portrait painting, William Meyer for his tempera painting, Jake Moore for his ceramic functional teapot, Noah Perry for his scratchboard and for his graphite drawing, Jackson Priestler for his linoleum block print, Bo Robbins for his scratchboard, Charlie Roberts for his gouache painting, Owen Rouse for his ceramic piece inspired by the artist Pierre Mondrian, Copeland Sifford for his photograph Stepping Out, Whit Smith for his artist proof of his linoleum block print, Grady Stahl for his cardboard constructed helmet, Jack Stanley for his architectural rendering, Thomas Vargason for his photograph Lonely Light, Will Watlington for his photograph Stand Off, Hart Weatherford for his linoleum block print of his dog Gus, Nathan Williams for his oil painting Casting a Line. We hope you will take a look at these works again on the screens around campus and join us at Cheekwood this weekend.
Thank you, Ms. Hollifield and Dr. Leck. Congratulations again to all the students who were recognized. And I would say, as a quick follow-up to Dr. Leck's announcement, he's put a lot of work into making these programs available. I think it's fair to say, if not perhaps unique amongst high schools, it's a very special opportunity that we're able to do, and it's unusual to have that chance, so I hope you will consider signing up for those programs. Okay, we have a couple more announcements and then some athletic results to cover. First, Ms. Pippin is going to make an announcement about track, and then Keen Zola is going to make an announcement about the dance marathon.
What's up, y'all? My name's Harrison Dawkins. I'm here with my teammate Owen Flanagan to invite y'all to the 2023 track and field team. Historically, the NBA track and field team has been very successful. We've won the last 11 years in the city meet, and we've had successes in the regional meet and the state meet. Track is a sport where you're not just getting faster, but also more explosive and stronger, and all the track coaches want to push you to compete and be at your best.
Track and field is a sport that pairs well with other sports, helping you to develop speed, agility, and strength. Everyone gets to compete at our home meets, and we are committed to the weight room throughout our season. The informational meeting will be held next week on Tuesday, February 7th at Break in Pfeffer. And the parent meeting for our team will follow on Thursday evening, February 9th. We hope that you will consider joining us. Thank you.
Hey boys, this Friday our big dance marathon event is happening, and I just want to encourage everyone to come out. We're going to have a lot of games going on, spike ball, dodgeball. We're going to be able to pie Mr. Sawyer and Mr. Tate. And regarding that, this week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we're going to have a table set up at lunch, and we're going to be raising money. And so the class that raises the money most overall gets a casual day. And then also the top two donors each day will get to pie Mr. Sawyer and Mr. Tate. And so I just hope everyone gets to come out. We're going to have smoothies from Smoothie King, Moe's, queso, a bunch of food. And it's a $2 entry fee, but once you pay that, well, there's everything for free. So I hope to see everyone there. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. We have two more announcements. We have Cooper Green and Edward Hedlitska to make an announcement about hockey, and then we have a presentation on behalf of the swim team.
Good morning, boys. Big game tonight, 8:25, Bellevue 1, first game of the playoffs for GNASH. We're taking on Franklin BGA, and we'd love to have some of y'all come out and support.
Yeah, this is a really big game for us. We're playing Franklin, who earlier in the season we tied 1-1. They got a really good squad. So this is a good game to come to. It's a Monday night. So get your homework done. Come to the game. It's at 8:30. It's at Bellevue. It's not that far. It seems far. It's not that far. Come out, be loud, and support everybody. Thank you.
On Friday, NBA Swimming and Diving claimed the Middle Tennessee region title for the fourth year in a row. 31 members of the team competed in the meet, and 14 scored points with top 16 finishes. The team won all 3 relay events, the first time we've swept the relay since 2020. Oliver Pilkington claimed 2 region titles in his individual swims, repeating as champion in the 50 and 100 free. Thank you very much to the teachers who came out during the school day to support the team.
The state championship will be held in Knoxville on February 10th and 11th. We have 23 athletes qualified for the meet, and we're excited for a great battle with Baylor and Macaulay.
On behalf of the varsity swim team, we'd like to present this plaque to Dr. Boyd and the school.
Okay, congratulations to everyone on the swim team. We're going to close out with Mr. Anderson going over the athletic results. While that is happening, if you are doing the collections for loaves and fishes, you can please head to the doors as well.
Good morning. Everybody knows Amika has left and David Smith has taken over as the head athletic trainer. Tomorrow or Wednesday is going to be the first day for our new guy, Des Daniels. He's an actual intern from the Arizona Cardinals, so his first day should be tomorrow or Wednesday. So please welcome him and introduce yourself to him when you do see him in the training room. One more round of applause for our region champs in swimming. It's an awesome job. 4 years straight. That's a great job. Pat Killian, nice job. Wrestling did a great job last week as well. They were 4-1. The only loss they had was to Wilson Central, which is going to be probably one of the top teams in the state in the public school division. We're currently second in the region, and we will have our state duels on Saturday at the Williamson County Ag Center, so come out and support them if you can. Basketball finished 3-0 last week. They beat Ryan, Ensworth, and Lipscomb. Tough week. to have 3 games. And then this week we only have 1 game. We play Friday night at 6 and 7:30 here. They need your support, okay? That game is huge. We need to get that one. JV basketball finished 1-2 last week. Junior School A was 0-2. Junior School B basketball was 2-0. Junior School C was 1-1. Hockey come to the game tonight. And junior school swimming finished second in the middle school. And then one last thing, guys. I want to commend you on your, I guess, your efforts and the way you presented yourself on Friday night at Innsworth. I thought the guys that came to the game were absolutely phenomenal. It did not get chippy. You guys, it was really a cool moment because there was a little Innsworth kid that was shooting baskets on the court, and every single time he made a great move and made a shot, our boys were cheering for him, and it was really, really a cool moment for him. And then Saturday at Lipscomb, we did a great job as well. So let's continue that tonight at the hockey match, and then also make sure we do that on Friday and any other things that we do. Let's make sure we show good sportsmanship, okay? All right, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Coach Anderson. That is it for this morning. Have a great week.